Welcome to the Game of Risk, everyone. I'm your host, OliveXC, a top player at this game. And today we are doing Tutor Tuesday, where I review a subscriber game and help them and you, the viewer, get better at the game of Risk. And today we have a very special game where I will be reviewing, I think, one of the most incredible games I've seen in classic fixed capitals in a really long time, Digitallic, one of the top content creators on the YouTube scene. He does some incredible work. He's really been getting into the progressive capitals on the classic map with blizzards, which can create these incredible dynamic setups. And you, of course, are seeing the most incredible of them all right here. Look at these blizzards. Look at this capital. Digi's capital cuts everything in the board in half. And long term, this can give him strong abilities to work with other players to potentially card block others. But when I look at the other players on the board, Red, I think, has a very good early game cap. I kept my camera a little bit bigger to avoid Digitallic. But there's a 7 of Blue right here. So Red has to sacrifice a lot of troops to get the South America. Yellow made a horrible cap choice because they can get like what? 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. But then afterwards, they're card blocked. They would have been much better off, I think, capping somewhere in Europe. But hey, no Australia, no win. And when I look at the blue player, their capital is okay, I suppose, because they have like good access points. But again, the blizzards blocking them here, big problems. Purple's cap is, by the way, just awful, awful. They cap down here in Central America. Like, what are they thinking is like going to be happening? When you pick a capital, you want to have it with a sense of purpose, right? Either to synergize well, holding your bonus, or to choke off a certain area of the board. Is holy cow, the red player just smacks that 7 down, is now holding South America for the rest of the game. Sacrifice a lot of troops to do that though, so we will see if that was worth it and the right play. But going back to like a purple spot, yeah, they can take over eventually South North America, but every spot that they hold on the board, whether it is like a Greenland, Kamchatka, it will not be without a capital. And remember, this is progressive, right? So the trades are 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, then 20, 25, so on. As these set bonuses get super, super big, it doesn't matter if you hold North America, because eventually you're just going to get pummeled by someone getting crazy attacker's advantage on you. And look at this. The purple players being so aggressive, taking over the bonus for themselves. Like, they're able to hold it, but they sacrifice so many troops. The blue player could invade them very easily. It's just not worth it. Literally, I think the only one who's picked a good capital this game, besides Digi, who I think has had the most craziest cap ever. Just incredible. Like, look at these freaking blizzard capital combination is white. White's capital is really strong because, one, it has a guard on the yellow player to be able to get that kill for the rest of the game. And if Digi ever attacks outwards into Siberia, it'll also do the job of opening up the white player to go for an attack. And yellow, by the way, just bots here. They recognize that they cannot win with this setup. They see the power of the card block. And white, I think, is making all the right moves this game. In the early game, the best thing that you can be doing with your capital, especially in progressive capitals, is to just take one card and pass. Take one card and pass and just put everything on your capital to keep it strong. Especially on the classic map, when there's only a couple very large bonuses like North America and Europe, it's very unlikely you're going to be getting into a situation where one person is going to snowball, where they're getting like 15, 20 troops a turn. The board is just simply too cramped. There's too many capitals and too many small bonuses that can keep the other players in check. Unless someone's targeting you or places all their early game capital, just stacking and playing a late game can be an incredibly effective strategy in progressive capitals. Because eventually, what's going to happen is the yellow player will just be attacking everywhere on the board until they eventually die, and the white player will swallow them all up. But yellow's still here, so they're no longer botting, but they lost a card because not in good shape. Eventually, red's going to go out and attack, so they can be in trouble. White only has one more spot to be getting a card before their capital kind of gets trapped going outwards. But purple is kind of, I think, the loose cannon in this game. They have an early lead with North America and the board is owning it, but I wonder how greedy they are. If they push, I wonder if either the red player or the blue player will go aggressively into them. That could make things very interesting. Yellow, by the way, makes a huge mistake taking all of the cards immediately. Yeah, I think red invaded them from before, but you need cards. Having the +5 doesn't make a big deal. This is truly no Australia, no win, because you're not going to win, man. Once either, I think, purple just slowly takes you out of Europe, and then probably blue knocks you out of Africa, you're not getting cards anymore. So your game's just going to be in a really tough spot. Man, purple is aggressive having these 3-point guards. Leaving your capital as a 1 is just not a good move. Which is why, again, purple's decision not going for Greenland was just such a bad first turn move. Capital with a purpose, people. That's the lesson for today. Now the trades are happening. No one's traded in early, which is good. People recognize the importance of getting the biggest trade in possible for themselves. And red making a very aggressive move to be card blocking yellow. I like that move. I do think they could have waited a little bit. And oh my gosh, yellow doesn't have a set on 4. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. Because they can't do it right now. Right now, it will take about 60-65 troops on average to eliminate the yellow player. With set bonuses only at 15 right now, then you kill them, you get the 20 trade in. That's 35 troops, so it's not worth taking them out. But they're only getting 7 per turn of perpetuity, right? 2 for the Australia bonus, 2 for owning their capital. As purple freaking takes Europe. But yeah, white has the lock on this kill whenever they want. But this development by purple is just insane. This is, I think, a really bad move. Because look at this. The board's not going to let you hold North America and Europe. That's way too greedy. Red is being a reasonable player, right? They're attacking, but they're not... And they'll let you hold something, but they won't let you hold something where you just own the entirety of the board. And remember, red gets first trade in. If they get super pissed off and they slam purple, they can just die. Digi, recognizing this, is not going for the attack because while you have the incredible freaking Bortle wall here, you attack outwards once and your card blocked from the other way. So it is important to be careful. And red's going, oops, he's saying, don't be taking Europe, I will hit you. I am worried about purple. Purple's being too greedy. If I was red, I would probably just take a card down in the Congo and then just put the troops back on my capital and just wait to see how the other players react. Are they going to allow them to hold it? But red, they're acting too emotionally. They're going in for the attack and holy cow, full kamikaze into the purple player. Holy cow. And they even steal the capital. And purple is just laughing. But red does not put enough troops back. They got so lucky with multiple rolls. They need to put probably 7 to 8 troops on there, fortifying from their capital over. But by not, I think, having enough troops there, purple is just going to take it back. Red now is on parity with the other players after doing their 20 trade-in. Think about it. There's going to be so many bigger trade-ins happening by the other players. And it's just going to cause a lot of problems for red. They risk getting eliminated at some point. Because if Digi can get the largest trade in of like the 30, 35 being on 70 troops, the red player could eventually get eliminated. Only thing going for their favor is they are so far ahead in the turn order that they can normally trade in first before everybody else. But purple, man, the aggressiveness of them, the fact that they lack a capital, like you can say they lost 8 on that roll there from before. I gotta say, this purple player is making this really, really interesting watching this. This is quite the action-packed game. I can see why this got 3,000 views on YouTube. I'm on the edge of my seat. I love what white is doing, by the way, taking the 1 card and passing. Again, they're just waiting for the right opportunity to get the big trade in and then taking out yellow when it's worth it. But with 7 per turn, it is still going to take a while. But the moment will come when yellow will die. Now we get to an important point. Like should Digi have taken out the purple player here? I don't think that was the right move to be taking them out. And it was better for Digi to be waiting. That's normally the answer in progressive capitals, is to wait. Because 1, we know that red and purple do not like each other. They're going to expend troops attacking each other. 2, the purple player was only on 2 cards. Digi would not have been able to trade in and eliminate the purple player and then replenish their troops. The white player could have gone in and then just taken Digi's God Cap on the greatest wall of all time and been completely screwed. You can see, like, white's on 93. Like, that's scary. Look at the strength of that. But red doesn't trade in, but red's on 45. So is red killable? Again, Digi should not be killing them, because even if they do the trade in on 3, they did have a wild, they would lose about 80, 85 troops. The sets are on 40 here. So I don't think it was it's worth it. They have to keep waiting. But now, if either purple or red does not trade in here, Digi can take them out. Let's see if purple has a trade in. Digi's very lucky. He gets to save his wild card too, to have a lucky trade in for 3 later if he needs it. And now with purple being on 80 troops, it looks like it's worth it to take them out, as they are really putting a tough guard on the red player, who is... Relations have completely broken down at this point. White, who's doing a great job just card trading, waiting for the right opportunity for purple and red to destroy each other. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is a full send, ladies and gentlemen. The purple player is absolutely going to be getting demolished here. And now red's only leaving 12. It's still not worth it to eliminate them. But Digi has to be careful. Obviously, purple has to die here. It's worth it to eliminate them for their cards, as they also get the trade in. But the question is, does Digi also take the capital? Because they could lose something like 25, 30 troops on the attack. Also, they made a little bit of a mistake. They messed up their pathing a little bit, but still enough to be able to go in. They wanted to end off to be attacking there. So I can see them waiting. I can see why they did the pathing that way. And then where do they leave their troops? All on capital, and do they take? They're risking it, but they get a god roll. Oh, that's so good. And now they need to refortify troops. They're running out of time. And they make this strong, a 72. I maybe would have put a little bit more, like 75, 76. Because if white gets a trade in, they could go for it. But I think with how passive white has been the entire game, I think their target to eliminate is going to be the yellow player for their cards. So they just want to keep waiting. Still, you are on a knife's edge, and you do have to be careful. But damn, this is how one of the top players on the ladder wins with progressive capitals on classic fixed, or classic progressive. Just beautiful play. Ooh, and red's now gone offline. And whoa! Yellow had a trade in, but they bought it out, so the bot traded in their cards. So that's so lucky, because now I love what Digi's doing. He's trading in. Because he knows White is going to be trading in and doing a big move, he's just being super careful. And look at that. Both of his caps are well defended. He loses 10 troops, but he keeps the stability for himself in this game. He's maintaining his overall troop lead. And I'm a little cautious about what Blue is doing here, where Blue is leaving all of their troops here on North Africa to try to guard against the red player. Because if Digi just gives the red player cards here in North America, that's not going to be good. Because eventually Red will get the set and they are attracted to large stacks. They may just hit this 65, which will completely decimate the blue player's game. All Digi has to worry about is like losing ones. Like Digi has a pure bot farm going on. White also, by the way, they can potentially use the bot to continue getting cards down here. But yellow's back. It looks like they're just kind of bored being stuck here. So they leave their troops in, but sooner or later, they're going to be worth taking out. But now they're on 2 cards, which does change the calculation a bit. The set sizes have to get bigger, as Digi now has another wild card. What a lucky dog this game. And as you can see, Blue is trying to knock Red out of the way, but this is a very dangerous game. I cannot stress how bad it is on this area. The fact that Blue is leaving the 70. All it's going to take is one big hit, and the entire stack's going to be going away. Does Red have the set on 3? No, but I think Blue is only able to hold Africa for one more turn. One thing that Digi could do, and I think would be really nice, if they just took Red completely out of North America, as that would force the red bot, if they had a set, to be going into blue. That would be pretty cool right there. But then Digi loses his ability to get cards, and cards are the most important thing for staying alive in the game. So really the best thing I think Digi could be doing is to just stick with like the status quo and wait to see how things react. And Blue trades in, but he makes his stack only in 96. That's a big mistake. He needs to make that much bigger. That much bigger. Because Red is most likely going to be having a set. And remember, as troop sizes get really large, the attacker's advantage gets larger. Because you're going to get more likely to have a series of rolls go positive with you if you have more rolls to take. So even if you have something like 92 or 93 troops, you can actually have a very highly successful roll take place with good efficiency. And look at that. That's what happens. The bot's trading in 99 v 98. That attack can take place. And it does. Blue gets slammed. Oh, they messed up with the bot. I can't believe this. Digi's just like rocking back and forth like this. His standard rocker. And then now Red is completely killable right now on 60 troops. Blue is so weak on 150. White is on 136 troops. But they have a huge capital, which is keeping them safe and alive. And oh my gosh, Digi's not going for it. Now, I would actually say this is the right move. Oh my gosh, is Blue botting out? Oh my god, Blue is botting out. Insane. Absolutely insane. The white player is now completely kill guarded. They can't do anything. And they go in to take out White for the set. But they got to do something right now. They put everything back on cap. White was playing such a good game until that point. They had to place everything on this territory. And they had to eliminate the red player from the game and get a new cap for themselves on South America. And that would have been a very even endgame between Digi and White. But instead, the entire game is now in Digi's hands. He has to decide if he wants to be killing the red player. But he decides to wait. He's waiting again and just going back to his capital. Oh, wow. Because he's hoping that the bot opens him up. We can see that does look like it's happening. But now the bot's getting kill guarded. Like, the bot has to completely take him out of South America, which he does. But Digi has to get lucky here. But Digi has to get lucky again now, where red does not have a set and just does, like, a lot of damage. I feel like this game, Digi's been doing, like, a lot of, like, waiting, but it's been taking, like, a lot of risk. And is White botting out? Why did White skip a card there? Like, White's been doing very slowly this game. White's offline? Oh my god. Oh my god, so it's just all bots? I think White just recognized that they couldn't do anything, as Digi did not slide, so he lost a lot of troops there, but oh my gosh. Now Digi, is he just going to roll through the blue player? And it looks like, yes, he is going to roll through him. Holy cow, Digi's just making the plays upon plays because there's so many extra troops right here. Holy shit. And look at this 55 is located right here. Even if the white player took a card, they were dead anyway. Oh my god. Because now look at this. All I have to do is card block by leaving some stacks down so that white can't do anything. Oh my god. This is absolutely incredible. And now look at this. White is card blocked. And if they leave lots of troops off cap, the Digi just hits them. Digi has half the world. Digi has everything. And Digi just wins this entire game world domination style. Absolutely beautiful play from Digitallic. And thank you so much for letting me show this game for Tutor Tuesday, man. Absolutely beautiful. But this is OliveXC signing off.